What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Answers Only. I'm Fahad, and that's Amit. And today we got Eric Black on the podcast. How you doing, Eric?
What's up, y'all? I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
I'm
Doing all
good,
right.
man.
Glad to
I'm
have
good,
you.
man. Are you still living at UB right now?
Yeah,
Still living?
so we were gone for the probably 3 months, like when everything got shut down,
Yeah.
like March, and then we came back a few weeks ago, but only like a certain portion of the team. So we can work out, but only in like small groups. So it's really limited. It's
Mhm.
nothing like it was before. But I'm back in Buffalo right now. Hopefully, I can
Okay.
stay here unless things get worse.
Do you live on campus?
No, so I live off campus in an apartment. I used to live on campus my first year, but then I moved off. It's a lot better personally. I
Okay.
feel like living
Yeah.
off.
Has the coach addressed like the situation going forward? Because I know campuses open up again, but how about sports? Any clue?
Yeah, so they really honestly don't know. Like they know probably as much as you guys because like it's really just based on like how things get. Like I know the South Carolina governor the other day he was like, if the cases don't get better, then they're not playing any football in that state. So
Yeah.
it's really beyond our coaches. It's all government cases and all that.
Hmm.
So
Right.
hopefully we get to play. Hopefully, but
Mm.
no one
Yeah,
really
that'd be
knows
great.
anything at this point.
Based on colleges, I was just reading earlier today. I don't know if it's true, but the Harvard is moving their classes online full time, full
Really?
semester.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, that's kind of tough. If Harvard's doing it, I feel like everyone's gonna slowly follow behind
Yeah.
Harvard or something.
Dang. I know, because I'm pretty sure. I mean, you could probably tell me, but I'm pretty sure UB. They said that we're going to at least try to have in-person classes, but they're going to require like face coverings, and they're going to try to get people to be apart. But I think they said the
Yeah.
plan right now is that.
Yeah. The plan is to open up again, but I think it's way too early to even say anything.
Yeah,
Like
that's like with our season. It's like it's
I think
so
it can change in like the week before classes start. So we'll see.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RIT hit me up with an email. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and they just said that we don't know yet, but just be prepared for anything because
Right.
they are trying to
Right.
figure stuff out too.
Right. I was when it first went down, like the online classes thing, I was okay with it because I was like, we're in the middle of semester. It's like, well, we
Yeah,
can go home. But it's like for the fall, I want in-person classes because I just feel so much more engaged, like
yeah.
the
100%.
connections with people, everything like that. So if we have to go online, I mean, I thought UB handled it pretty well, at least my professors.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would prefer in person for sure.
Life as a
Uh,
college athlete, though, I know you're going to practice. Like before this COVID-19 thing happened, being a college athlete is kind of like handling a full-time job and going to school, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So it's like it's more than I thought it even would be when I was in high school. I knew it was going to be a
Yeah.
lot, but I didn't know exactly the commitment it was. So like I can describe to you basically like a basic day during the season, right? So
Yeah.
let's say it's October. Every day we have to be at the stadium by 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So wake up maybe like 5:30.
Mhm.
Get there, got to eat breakfast and weigh in, all that, and then we have meetings from maybe like 7 a.m. to about 8 a.m. And that's every single day we meet about academics, film, whatever it is, and then we have practice usually from like 8:30 to 10 and lift. We have to work out somewhere in that morning as
Jeez.
well, and then eat lunch, and then the rest of the day is whatever we have for classes. So that's actually a better schedule for us than before. When I first got here, we had afternoon schedule, so football was in the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah,
mm,
yeah,
So we have basically a block where we can't take classes. So
yeah.
right now it's 8 to 12 a.m. no classes. I prefer the schedule now though, because having the rest of the day, it kind of sucks getting up every morning, but you get used to it. Like
Yeah.
right.
um, try to go to bed early, but yeah, it's a lot. And then you factor in the classes, and then you might have study hours depending on what your GPA is.
Hmm.
So if you're kind of struggling, you got mandatory study hours, maybe some tutors and all that. But it's a lot, but it's rewarding for sure.
Do you kind of like afternoon classes? I'm guessing you have a lot of night classes as well, or do you guys get out of that as well? Kind of
No,
like
we do, but I personally I don't really like night classes.
yeah,
So during the spring, it's not an issue, but
yeah.
during the fall, if you're traveling, depending on when the class is, you might miss it. So like, I had a Tuesday night class, but I didn't. I was fine because we usually play on Saturdays. But I don't know if you guys know about like the conference UB is in, the MAC. Like there's like
Yeah,
MACtion.
yeah.
For the last month of the season, we play games on like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Wednesdays. all this crazy stuff. So our schedule is all out of whack. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to miss a Tuesday night class because I'm traveling to like Ohio or something,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I come back at like 4 a.m, and then we'll have class like the next day, and
Oh,
it's a weird
that's
schedule
rough.
for sure. But yeah,
Right.
but night classes for the most part, we usually don't miss them. I usually take the ones where it's like once a week, like
Yeah.
7 to 9:40, and I mean it's not too bad.
Knowing that you're gonna miss some classes, how do you kind of handle that? Knowing that, okay, I have a game in Ohio, like you just said, and I have to miss this class. Do you kind of ask the professor beforehand, let me get this work, or after the fact, you're like, I'll do this after?
Yeah, so it's something I kind of had to adjust to because when I first got here, I didn't have to worry about it because I wasn't traveling. So
Mm-hmm.
the whole team doesn't travel to away games; only the
Oh,
travel
okay.
squad does. So I wasn't
Okay.
playing because I was, I was new, I was underweight, and all that.
Yeah.
So once I started traveling, it's like so you tell them beforehand, hey, I'm not going to be here this Friday, and they'll either tell you, okay, well, we're gonna, you know how college professors are. Sometimes they're like, well, if you're not here,
Yeah.
then you're not here. But
Mhm.
they'll either tell you, you're gonna miss this and that. Usually, most professors don't give exams on Friday, so usually we're okay. But yeah, they usually know beforehand, and I just kind of have to factor it in and try to get all the stuff. I like to tell them early in the week so I can get it all done early in the week because I had an incident last year where I was doing a project on the bus to the game in Ohio. It was it was an operating chains, and it was awful. I don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah.
So I would say just try to figure it out like what I have to do early that week so I
Mhm.
can once the weekend comes I can just focus on the game, not schoolwork because, especially like last year when I was a junior, I was
Mhm.
taking a lot of classes. It was my heaviest schedule yet. So definitely figuring out early in the week and then just getting ahead of everyone else, I would say.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was like any leniency for you, because teachers will know like if you're going out of town, it is unfair to expect you to keep 100% on topic or on focus with classwork. Were the professors that were like, okay, you get an extra week to finish this, okay, like every
Um,
time, or would
yeah,
they
so
expect you to be a student full time as well?
yeah. They pretty much just expect us to be a student. Like I don't really think we get any much like I don't think I can ever remember a time where we got like a pass or like an extra week for something.
Yeah.
Some of them are a lot more understanding. They'll be like, okay, well, we're going to give you this work. Because a lot of stuff I've been taking, everything is online. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, even before COVID, like, all our submissions would be online. I only have a few classes where, it's not. But they're definitely not, some professors are definitely nicer about it than other ones. Like, you can tell they've been through it and they understand.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't say they ever give us like a pass. They're just like, all right, well, this is what we have, so try and get ahead. If it's one problem I had last semester was a group project. I was missing a lot of time, and got
Right.
peer reviews and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel bad because like I'm trying to do as much as I can, but I'm gone half the time. Like they're meeting Friday at 5, and I can't make it, so that was an issue I had. But they're definitely not like I wouldn't say they ever give us a pass. We just kind of have to try and get ahead, but that's part of what we have to do. That's why the football team is really good with offering us resources. Like if we
Yeah.
need someone to kind of help us, tell us like, okay, you have this, and that. So
Mhm.
make sure you're ahead because the professor's not going to wait on you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah.
Do the coaches kind of help you out, like is there like a monthly or like even bi-weekly thing of, okay, how's everyone doing in class? Or is that something like, okay, you guys can take care of that?
Yeah. So you meet with your position coach every day, and
Okay.
he'll always ask us about classes. And if it's going well, it's going well. And if it's not, then you get a separate tutor or
Yeah.
even somebody to help you out with something. And so basically it depends on how you do. So with me, I've been doing pretty well ever since my first year. After
Yeah.
my first year, I struggled. First semester, um,
Yeah.
it was. I'm sure like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But after that, it's really it's kind of up to you. Like if you feel comfortable with everything, they'll ask you how you're doing, and I'll be like, okay, I'm good. Like
Mhm.
I'm not struggling. So they'll just kind of let you ride it out and do your thing. But if they get our grades too though. So they're like,
Yeah.
all right, you got a 60 on the last 2 exams. I think you should get some help. And it's like, all right, you're right. So, and that can be tough because then you're sacrificing more of your free time. So we're like
Yeah.
6 to 8 p.m. Maybe I'm usually out here playing 2K. Now
Yeah.
I bombed 2 exams. Now I got to be somewhere else with a tutor.
Yeah.
So I try to keep up, and it's been working out well for the most part. But if you do need help, they're definitely there to help you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
for most of
And
us.
with this kind of going into your senior year, I'm guessing, do you have something planned out? Okay, after after college is done, let me go into this field or that. Like, depending on your major, what you're doing, do you kind of have a plan of what you want to do coming up?
So I don't have like a huge plan.
Yeah.
So I redshirted my first year, so I actually have 2 more years like at
Oh,
both
okay,
of them.
okay,
But I'll get my undergrad, like I'm finishing undergrad after this year, so I'll be a
okay.
senior. But then I'll stay for that next fall, and I'll play one more season of football,
Mhm.
and that's when I'll probably start my master's.
Okay.
So I would say that's just the plan for now. And then so I have 2 more years on the field. Try to do as much as I can there. Like playing at the next level. It's like if it happens, I do everything in my control to try and make it happen. And if it
Yeah.
does, it's great. But if not, then I'm gonna be doing my master's. Gonna have my undergrad. Trying to make as many connections as I can because UB is pretty good
Yeah.
for opportunities to do that kind of thing, and the football team helps as well. So I would say just doing those type of things. And if after 2021, I'm not playing the next level or anything like that, I would say just trying to use my experiences and getting some job like somewhere in business because I'm a business administration major,
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
marketing. I kind of want to work in like a sports organization at some point, but I don't know if that's realistic to start. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it is. I'm not really too sure, but
Mhm.
I would say something like a marketing job somewhere, and then just kind of try to ascend the ladder like that way.
Yeah, I feel as everyone's trying to like just get their foot in the door, and then after that,
Yeah,
like we'll see what happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense. Yeah, after this, I'm obviously you just said you're going for your master. That's awesome to hear because I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Because once you leave, it's kind of hard to come back. That's what I was talking about before
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So I
I
mean,
was actually,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead
um,
there.
I was talking with. It was pretty interesting. So I'd tell you guys. I had a class where I was supposed to interview business professionals, and just take them through an interview, ask them questions about the industry,
Hmm.
students, um, communication, things like that. And you're supposed to try to stick to your field. So I asked like a marketing person, I asked an economics person, lawyers, and then I asked some of my coaches. And there's this one question where it was funny. It was, what are the biggest weaknesses and problems you see with like upcoming students? So kind of like our
Yeah.
generation. And everyone had the exact same answer, no matter the industry. And it was the exact same two answers. It was A, their communication skills are lacking, and B, they want to ascend the ladder too quick. Like they don't want to do the bottom level work,
Yeah.
and they feel entitled, which I thought was interesting because I mean, looking at like our generation, I could definitely see that based on like technology and stuff. Like we might not have the best communication skills compared to people. I don't know about like us personally, but in general, compared to people that graduated 10 years ago. So I thought it
Yeah.
was kind of interesting to hear that.
100%. Yeah.
I think the communication skills. I agree with you. Like our generation is not too hot with the communication
Yeah,
skills
yeah, it's the phones, man.
because
The
it's
phone, social
Technology, the
media.
phones.
everyone's on the phones. It's just tough because everyone wants to talk, but then once you get to talking, it's like where do I go from now? Like I'm not
Right,
usually
Right.
right.
understanding how to keep this conversation rolling. So
If you want
Yeah.
to shoot your shot, you just go in someone's DMs. You don't gotta walk up to anyone anymore. You know.
yeah. So yeah, with this college after that's a pretty good plan I just heard from you. So it seems like you're on a good right track. That's awesome to hear, Eric. And with this COVID-19, you know, like with your football and everything, I was wondering what you think about the NBA kind of COVID-19. We're gonna do this bubble thing in Orlando, and we're gonna go from here. And some people are on board with this, some are not. So I just
Yeah,
wanted to hear your opinion on how you think Adam Silver's handling this.
it's tough. So I mean, I think it's a good plan in general. If they're going to choose to come back, because like I know you said you didn't think maybe they should come back, but
Yeah.
if you're going to make them come back, it's a good plan. But it's just tough. So like the players that want to play and the players that don't want to play, because like I'm a Knicks fan, so it doesn't affect me too much. But like I love LeBron, so I'm rooting for the Lakers, right? And
Yeah.
Right.
Dwight said he's probably not playing or something.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley's not playing, and it's like it's tough because I want to get mad because I can't really blame them. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
be
Right.
there for what is it, like months, and they're not supposed to see
Yeah.
family,
That's
anything like
tough.
that, and then they're worried about even risking like getting the virus to begin with.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not sure what else he could do, to be honest. Like, I think I think that's as good as a plan as it gets. Like, I don't think it's
Yeah.
a great plan, but I don't know what else he can do. I mean, you might as well put some people in a happy place like Disney and just like let them sit there and be in their bubble and do what they do. But I think it honestly is as good as it gets. Honestly, I don't see what else. I don't see
I
what
think,
else.
he made the best out of the situation of, I understand everyone wants to watch basketball. I understand people want to play basketball, everyone in the league. So let me try to come up with something where everyone's kind of happy. And I think obviously not everyone's going to be happy, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree with you. I think he did kind of the right thing of, all right, let's see what happens. And he did say that if cases spike, we're just going to stop it right there. Like people are
Yeah,
just
I
getting
hope that
infected.
doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen too. I'm actually kind of excited for like July 29th. I don't know what day it is. Like it's the opening
Yeah.
game. I think is just gonna have
Clippers, right?
so much energy.
Right.
Clippers Lakers. Yeah. That game's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So man, what do you think, man? What do you think
Uh,
this kind of?
I give props to Adam Silver for his plan, but honestly, like either way you slice it, it's win or lose. Like you're gonna have people that dislike it, and now personally, I'm
Yeah.
against it. Not even because of the pandemic, just everything that's going on like culturally. I feel like people will disagree, but I do think it will be a distraction of like an important movement going on with Black Lives Matter. And Kyrie said the same thing, and I feel like this is a time for like we should focus on what matters. But I do get the aspect of like, hey, this can like ease our attention, our minds. But Eric, I was
Yeah.
wondering what you thought of like Kyrie saying, "Let's start our own league." What do you think of Kyrie in general? Like, he's a pretty eccentric guy.
Yeah, he's something. So
Interesting. Yeah.
I think I mean I don't I think he's upfront and he'll say what he thinks. So I respect that. The
Yeah.
whole league thing, it's ambitious, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Like how you said the thing about distracting from Black Lives Matter. Like if that's what he thinks and he can put it to work and he can make it work, I'm like I would be all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't like Kyrie in general. I would say he's he's obviously so much fun to watch. So I
Yeah.
love him as a player, and off the court he's cool. The biggest thing, like when he left the Cavs and the whole Celtics thing, he thought maybe he was a little, I don't know if he was the best teammate there, but I feel like he took that on himself and he basically said, I was kind of immature. So I mean I
Yeah.
respect that, but if they can make that lead happen, I mean I would be all for it.
That'd be pretty cool to watch. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, it would
100%, yeah.
it would be, because I mean I think if you talk about the league restarting, kind of distracting from Black Lives Matter, it definitely could. But I think it's tough. Like it's not even it's kind of sad. But like if you're the NBA, like they're a business, so I feel like the main thing they're thinking of is just money. So like
Exactly.
if they do come back, people are gonna watch. They're gonna make money because they've lost money. So I feel like for them, it's a no-brainer in that aspect. So I mean, it's kind of tough, but even if it might distract from Black Lives Matter movement, which is why some people are, opting not to play, but
Yeah.
then they're probably just thinking, we can come back, we can make this money and do what we do. So
Right.
hopefully they make the best of it and they kind of embrace the whole situation going on.
Right, because at the same time, like LeBron's gonna play, and people fault him saying, "Hey, Black Lives Matter. You should like respect this." But you can't fault him. Like it's his decision at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
do think when it comes to this, it'll fall more on the players' shoulders than the association. We'd rather see like the players, the role models, address the situation than Adam Silver, because at the end of the day, he's just a figurehead businessman.
Yeah.
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 And with LeBron being so vocal about this too, I don't think it's like, oh, I'm just gonna forget about this. I think he still has it on his mind. Black Lives Matter. You've seen his Twitter, you've seen his Instagram stories. He's always so vocal, and I always respect him about that because he is the face of the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's why,
being the face of the NBA and saying that's kind of tough, but he does it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
yeah, for sure. I think that'll be good. I mean, because I think right now all the attention is on him and the Lakers.
Yeah.
So hopefully, with him being so vocal, that will kind of help to not distract us from the movement. And the whole thing with like their last, like they can change their last names and all that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, but I mean, hopefully, you got that. They're changing the courts. Apparently, they can have the BLM on the courts.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think they're taking the right steps so far. But we got to see how it plays out, I guess.
Yeah. And I think with like the shut up and dribble situation that happened,
Oh.
with that like LeBron's showing that yes, you can do both. You can be an athlete and you can still be an activist,
Yeah.
which is great to see.
Yeah, for sure. That was
When I heard that shut up and dribble, I'm like, you actually said that on national television?
Right.
Like you didn't have any remorse after saying that? I don't even think there was an apology after that, which I think
Nope.
there should have
there
been.
wasn't. Yeah, no, there wasn't. She stayed down on it because then she's the same person that was talking about Drew Brees and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the when she said shut up and dribble, but the most thing I respected about LeBron after that was he didn't come at her sideways at all. Like he didn't say anything bad. He just started up a whole nother shut up and dribble movement over there.
Right.
Like I can do both. And I was like, oh my God, he actually did that.
Yeah. He's been around long enough to know where, like,
Yeah, you can't say this
he
kind
has,
of stuff.
yeah, he has his following him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
not gonna respond vulgar and calling names and all that. Just
Yeah.
do his thing. Don't show up and dribble and keep going.
I think it was a classy move by him, like saying, okay, I could just turn out this way. Like, this is another way of doing it. I was like, all right, that's respectable. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
With the NBA season kind of coming back, who do you think is in the driver's seat for winning the championship, in your opinion?
So, man, it's got to be.
Because it's
I'm-
either Lakers or Clippers. I think it's one or the
Yeah,
other.
I got to go with the Lakers. Like,
Yeah.
losing Dwight and Avery Bradley, it's not great. But, I mean, at the end of the day, LeBron and AD are still there. And I feel like AD, the other day, he said he's back healthy. So,
Yeah.
before he was hurt, I mean, I feel like they're on a mission, man. Like, with the thing that happened with Kobe and all that, I feel like they're on a mission. But the Clippers are official. The Clippers are official for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if I see the Lakers losing. Honestly, don't. I think the Bucks are official too, though. I can't not mention the Bucks.
Bucks pretty good.
Yeah, when the season ended, the Lakers had just beat the Bucks. That's why I was so upset, man. The Lakers,
Yeah.
they beat the Bucks, they beat the Clippers. They're on a roll, so I'm like, they're about to win 25 straight. Like,
Yeah, they're not stopping.
they're about to go crazy.
With the signing of J.R. Smith too, do you think that was a good pickup?
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well, right? I mean, I don't know. He's hot and cold, but I feel like he can definitely add value, but based on what he did in 2018, man, I would never forget that. I remember exactly where I was, exactly how I responded.
I do too.
Yep.
And I usually don't get mad at sports. Like, I'm like, all right, they lost. It's cool.
Yeah, but
that time,
right?
I was mad. I was like, what just happened? Like, you're an NBA player. How do you not know the score of the game?
Yeah, man. Hopefully he doesn't pull something like that again.
I know, right?
But, I mean, he can shoot. The man can shoot.
Yeah.
When he's on, and he can play defense, it just depends on the day with him, man. He's just
and you can't really discredit his experience too. He's been in the playoffs a couple times, finally game. He's been playing, so it's like he knows kind of what to do, like what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think based on 2020 how it's been going, man, he might come back and drop 20. Like
you never know.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a good pickup for sure.
What about I want to yank a Miss Chain again. What do you think of the Houston Rockets, the James Harden and that Russell Westbrook combination?
Man, so I'm a big defender of James Harden. When people when people come at him, I'm a big defender of him because it's like people say he doesn't know how to game. He doesn't know how to play. He draws fouls. It's like stop fouling him if you don't want him to go to the foul.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you really watch him, he takes some difficult shots, very difficult shots, and he doesn't even shoot that low of a percentage. Like he makes a good amount of them. Like it's insane to watch him play. So Russell Westbrook, I feel like I don't think the Rockets are gonna go anywhere. As much as I like James Harden, I feel like they can be explosive together, man. But I feel like Russell Westbrook, he plays hard. He plays so hard, harder than probably anyone. But he's just so erratic sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just so erratic with the turnovers and he plays hard as hell. But
it just seems like sometimes he's just playing out of control. Like, even though he's going full steam ahead, I'm like, dude, you're going to lose the ball if you keep doing this.
And I don't know. I don't know if I see him leading a team, like, to a championship.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I see that, like, ever.
Yeah.
But
I personally, I don't know if it's right. I think James Harden is a good leader. It's just that I don't think his ISO ball can kind of win. Because after the fact, you can kind of figure out if I stand here and here, he's not passing the ball. He's just going to take the shot.
Exactly, yeah.
And they just live with it. They're like, he's going to make it or miss it. If he makes it, we're just going to live with it as a defender. Like, it's cool.
You're right about that. I don't know how far his strategy is going to take him. Him as a player, I think he's
great.
One of the best scorers ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know how far the strategy they have. I don't know how far that's going to –
Yeah,
it might have been better under Chris Paul, honestly. Like,
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, but where would you rank James Harden right now? Top 3, top 5?
Man, that's tough. That's
a tough one.
I think we all agree LeBron's 1 still.
I'm putting LeBron 1 for sure.
And I think I'd throw Kawhi too.
I'm putting LeBron 1. Healthy Kevin Durant. Honestly, I might put him
number 2.
I might put him 2.
100%. Yeah.
And then you got to think it's got to be among like Giannis, Kawhi, AD, and James Harden. I think those are the next 4, but not in that exact order. I would
Yeah.
say I'm putting Kawhi ahead of James Harden.
Yeah.
I think it's just like overall.
Yeah.
But I might put James Harden ahead of AD. But
I would too.
I think I
behind,
would too.
I'm biased, but I would.
yeah, yeah. And then you got Steph Curry too, but it's tough, man.
Steph is
I think
really
Harden,
good. Yeah.
yeah, I think Harden's top 5 though. I think he's top 5. The man was averaging like 30,
Yeah.
what, 39 or something.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
He's got to
insane.
be top 5. He's got to be.
With Kawhi, and like I always put Kawhi ahead of Giannis just because of I think it was the 2019 playoffs. It's just they both kind of had the same resources and backup. Like Kawhi's the leading dog and Giannis is the leading dog, and they're just going head to head. And
Mhm.
Kawhi came out on top, even though Giannis had a 2-0 lead.
He did.
I was
yeah.
like, dang, like I 100% thought this was gonna sweep. Like Giannis ain't losing no more. Like he's going.
He
Like
outplayed
Kawhi
him.
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, Kawhi honestly outplayed him. I was surprised by
He
that too. Like I thought that Giannis was gonna dominate, do his thing, but Kawhi kind of outplayed him. I was surprised by that for sure.
Silent. He's like I love that about him. Like he's quiet. He's like I don't have to be showy. My game's just gonna speak for me, and it does a lot. It's insane.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like just how quiet he is and like everything. Like I've never seen anything like him. He's just a silent killer for sure. Yeah.
He is. Let's transition into kind of like football with this whole thing. Well, I forgot what team. Are you a Miami fan?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So with drafting Tua, how do you think Miami? Like I don't know if Tua's gonna play. Wasn't he hurt or something? Isn't he hurt?
He was hurt, but they're saying that he's progressing like really well.
Oh,
Apparently.
okay.
Yeah.
And if he starts with the weapons that kind of not what I want to say weapons that Miami has, like the players Miami has, how do you think Miami can kind of do?
I think so last year they started off the season awful. They were like 0-8 or something. They were awful, but I think they finished with like 5 wins, and they got Flores, the old Patriots linebackers coach or D coordinator, is their coach now. So I think they're honestly in a good spot. I don't know that they have the talent to like win the division, but I think like if Tua starts, honestly, I think we could win. I don't know, man. Their defense, they got a lot of good pickups on defense, like Calvin and Noe.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they could win like 7 or 8 games, maybe. I don't think they're gonna win the division or anything like that. But I don't know. I think Tua's for real. I really do. Like, I think he's healthy, and like I think he's getting healthy, and I think he's official. So I don't know how good the Dolphins will be able to protect him. They don't. They don't do that type of thing. They're not big on protecting their quarterbacks, but I think they could be solid for sure. Definitely better than last year, better than most people think. But I don't know that they're beating the Bills or.
Yeah, who do you think is winning the division?
Yeah.
Do you think it's Bills all the way, or do you think the Patriots still have a chance? And Jets are irrelevant.
The Jets are irrelevant, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in a tough spot because like I've always disliked the Patriots, obviously. Like,
Right.
I've always disliked them. But it's like Cam has always been my favorite player.
Yeah.
I love watching Cam. So it's like I think I have to root for him. But I mean the way they're talking about him right now, like people doubting him, he might come out here and go 2015.
Yeah.
And go crazy. But honestly, if I had to predict right now, had to put money down, I would go Patriots.
Yeah.
I would, because I feel like the Bills, they're just so like they're cursed almost. Like
Yeah, right.
So good last year. I feel like
so.
they're gonna. It makes so much sense for them to be really good this year, which is why something might go down. They might be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the other day too. I think it's all right. You're the leading dogs now, and they're just gonna die under pressure. I don't think they're gonna live up to the expectations that everyone's giving them.
That's what I'm going with. So I think the Patriots are gonna blow out.
Because Josh Allen is the real deal. He's actually pretty good, but
he's fine.
Still, and they got Stephon Diggs too now, which is a really good pickup. He's pretty good.
True.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. I don't really follow the Bills that much. It's just everyone around me is Bills fans, so you just kind of have to look at the Bills like, all right, let's see what's going on.
Yeah. When I was like here in Buffalo, like when they were good last year, it's like the town, the morale is just like, it's like you got all these workers and stuff. They're all happy that the Bills are good. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I guess good for you guys.
That's just insane. And them being in quarantine too is just they're still practicing too. I saw Tom Brady and Gronk kind of practicing like every day. Like we just gotta get better. I don't know how this season's gonna go because it might stop because of the second wave everyone keeps talking about. So you never know if it's gonna finish or not. Yeah.
For me, that would be like for us, that would be worst case. Like we start the season this second wave comes in, and
Yeah.
then, like we play 3 games and the season's done with, and then like
Mm.
we have eligibility to deal with. So like I have 2 seasons left, but like what happens if I play 2 games and then the season ends? Like, does that count as a
Right.
season? Or
Yeah.
like
That's
another
tough.
season? It's like it has a lot of implications and like not a lot of answers, which is
Mhm.
tough. But
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I hope whatever happens, we just know beforehand. Like they say, all right, we're gonna play all 14 games or all 12 games, or we're gonna not play any games.
Yeah, and Eric, correct me if I'm wrong. You played wide out in high school. Are you still a receiver at UB, or have you
Yeah, man.
switched
So
positions?
I played wide out. I switched to defensive end. It was funny. So when I played wide out in high school, and every college I was looking at me, they were looking at me at receiver, tight end.
Yeah.
And then UB came around. They're like, we're looking at you at defensive end because we're gonna be down some numbers. So I came here, and I was day one. I was about 195, which isn't gonna cut it as a college defensive end. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to eat a lot. I had to lift a lot, and like right now I'm up to 200, 250. So
Wow.
Jeez.
yeah, 2 years, about 55 pounds. It's been a journey, but yeah, I switched positions. I honestly, it's cool. I like it better, like because it's a lot more freedom. Like receiver, you kind of you depend on the quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and now I just got to I got to eat a lot, and I get to just play D line, which I haven't done since like I don't know junior comments. I was like 8 years old when I did it.
Wow.
So yeah, I played D line here. It was great. I had to learn a lot. I had to learn the position because I only played it 1 year in high school. My senior year, I played defensive line. Every other year, I was like a linebacker, corner, safety.
Yeah.
But I switched here, and it's been a learning curve. Like
Yeah.
teammates, and we get some NFL guys that can come up and help us. The coaches, they've all been really helpful in trying to like teach me how to play the position. But I'm at the point now where I feel like I got it down for the most part. So that was good.
What was your like mindset like accepting that role of like changing into a defensive end? Like you said, like other colleges, they were gonna take you as a wideout. Like what made you accept like, oh, I'll switch positions and go to UB?
So UB was like they were easily the biggest school I was looking at.
Mhm.
They're Division One. I was talking with other Division One schools too, but they were the biggest like Division One school.
Yeah.
So the opportunity to be here, play at like the highest level, because we played Penn State last year, and I was in the game playing against Penn State, and I would say the opportunity for stuff like that, and then the opportunity to like earn a scholarship, get school paid for,
Yeah.
and that was the biggest thing. And then just saying like I know I can gain the weight and do this. Like it's not going to be easy, but because I knew it would be bad, but my first day here, my first week, it was like worse than I thought. I was in there going against these linemen, and I'm just a receiver, and it's just like
I can't imagine.
it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I was getting thrown around, but and it's crazy because I was so used to being like the bigger person, and I go here, like
Right.
I am the smallest person on the field. So yeah, I would say just really understanding that like okay, I'm like when I first got here, I can't focus on I can't focus on my ego. Like I'm not going to play this year. Probably not going to play next year. So I just have to put my head down, grind, eat, learn the position, and do what I got to do to get on the field and get in a position where I can actually help this team.
And I know you're not a wideout anymore, but I still got to ask: is there like a dream quarterback you'd want to catch a pass from?
A dream quarterback, and I would say, I probably Cam Newton, honestly.
Cam,
Or Aaron Rodgers. I love
yeah.
watching Aaron Rodgers too, because I love the way they can, especially Aaron Rodgers, like improvise, like kind of just freestyle up. Like the first route doesn't like you run a curl, you're not open, just run around, get open, and then Aaron Rodgers gonna get you the ball. So I'd have to say Aaron Rodgers for sure. But if we're talking about as a DN, quarterback on a sack, it's Tom Brady.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew.
It's Tom Brady for sure. Yeah.
I feel like everyone wants to freaking sack Tom Brady, whoever you are.
Yeah.
So with this we just talked about second wave hitting and quarantining again, most likely. What kind of quarantine activities have you kind of picked up on? Like maybe I should do this to pass the time because you can't obviously go out and do whatever you want. You can go out, but you just can't do whatever you want.
Right. Yeah. So I've done a lot of things where things I would not have thought that I would have been doing. So I got really into I got back into reading. I read a lot as like a kid, like young kid.
Yeah.
But once I got into like middle school and high school, I was like, why would I be reading?
I
But
agree.
like now it's like I read all the time. Like I probably read 3 full books. I like fiction. Like I read a book about slavery. It was historical fiction, so it was actually really interesting.
Mm.
I like to read, a book. It was called Relentless. It's a book about motivation, being relentless in life, and then like anything really. I've been reading books, and I feel like it's kept me like mentally engaged ever since classes ended. And then like I'm like a big nerd, so I read comic books too. So like
Well, that's
Batman
cool.
comic
Yeah.
books. I never thought I'd get into those again, but I got Batman comic books now. I've been reading those. And then outside of that, like Netflix, I don't know what you guys have seen. I started Breaking Bad. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh
Oh, dude,
yes.
Breaking Bad's great.
I was wanting to watch it for years and I just never did because I was like, I feel like it just looks boring to me. But then I started it and I was like, I was tripping.
Where are
It's
you right
such
now?
a good show.
I am 1 episode into season 5.
Oh, okay, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm almost done with that. And yeah, that's pretty much. I watch Bates Motel too. That's like a low key show. You guys probably haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen
I
it.
would give it a shot for sure. It's on Netflix. It's like
All right.
it's like a horror. It's kind of a horror. It's disturbing at times. It's about this kid and his mom, and disturbing things happen. But it's definitely a really good show. And then the other thing I would say is like when Keegan was on, he was talking about meditation. I do that like we do it. So I learned it here. We did it as recovery, kind of like we have camp every day, and camp's grueling. Like it's football nonstop, and it's nothing but football. So we would have recovery days where we kind of just meditate and breathe and relax. So I kind of been doing that every few days a week. I've been stretching a lot more, try and prevent like since I'm so tall, I have like a lot of minute injuries like tendonitis and things like that. So I try to like stretch. I've been stretching a lot more to try and get rid of that stuff, and it's kept me entertained for the most part. And since quarantine has started, I wish I could hoop though. That's the only thing. I wish I could hoop.
I was curious, like putting on 60 pounds of like muscle, don't you feel like tighter, like less limber? Like, how do you feel like moving around now?
Yeah, so I feel faster for sure.
Really?
I feel a lot faster, yeah, because I've been working on my speed, and I've been my legs got stronger. This is definitely it's the fastest I've been, but it's also I would say the only time I really feel it is like jumping. I don't always feel the as high, like I get up as high as I used to back in high school, but and then like my conditioning. So after I put that extra weight on, the conditioning gets harder and harder. Like I run like a mile, I get a lot more tired now than I was when I was like 220. So, but once I adjust to it, like once you do it for I'm 250 right now. Once I continue training for another month, 2 months, I'll get used to that too. And I feel really great because we run and sprint as much as we lift weights. So
Yeah.
I've been able to keep my speed up this whole time. So I feel this is probably the fastest I felt for sure, even at this weight.
Yeah. Do you have like a preferred physique? Like say after college, do you think you'll keep this weight, or would you want to slim back down?
Probably slim back down for sure. Probably.
Is this more comfortable, you think, or?
Yeah, more comfortable and like, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't like right now in order like to stay where I am. I'm eating constantly, so
True.
I'm not someone who I know some people are like they're always like hungry. I'm not like that.
Like that?
I'm not like that. No, I could go like 2-3 hours without eating. But if I did that right now, I would lose 5 pounds like that. So
how many calories are you eating like a day? Do you know?
It's to the point where I don't count them. Honestly, I just
Would you say upwards 3,000, 4,000? Like you
yeah, up towards there for sure. Yeah, because I eat breakfast. I usually eat lunch, 2 dinners, like early, late dinner. I'll try to make everything big, and then I'll fit in a smoothie in there. And if it's like, let's say it's a weight gain smoothie, it could be anywhere like 800 to 1,200 calories. Get it down quick, and then it's a lot. So I would say once I stop eating like that, I will definitely I'll definitely probably be down to like I don't know, maybe 220, 230, and then get some of my clothes to fit.
Is it all healthy stuff you're eating, or is it something like I could eat that, I'll be fine?
So it's mostly all healthy stuff. I'll have like cheat stuff every once in a while, but I try not to because then that gets back to my conditioning where it's like, all right, I'm already way heavier, so I'm about to be gassed. Like we got conditioning tomorrow. If I eat that donut right now, that won't be good. But it's healthy for the most part. Like it's a lot of boring foods, man. It's like oatmeal, rice, meats, vegetables, fish. It's all the stuff you would expect. But I mean, I see some stuff in there every once in a while. You know, it's like some like
Yeah.
Right.
Paula's Donuts. I don't know if you probably
I
been there.
love Paula's Donuts. Yep.
Paula's, yeah, I just bought a box the other day. Try to eat those on the weekends when we're not training too much. So yeah.
We were talking about TV shows before. I don't know if you've seen All American. You look like that kid.
Oh, man.
100%, dude. You look
What's his name? Michael Evans?
something like that. Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen it. I've been wanting to see it, but you guys have no idea how much I get that. Like people I know and from people I don't know. Like the Lilac Festival, I remember somebody was about to ask me for my autograph for a picture. And I'm like, oh, the quarterback, like it's Jordan Baker is his name, right?
Jordan Baker, yeah.
I haven't seen the show, but I know his name. Like, is that Jordan Baker? Like all the time. And then I look at it, it's like I see it, but I don't see it. Like I don't know, but I get it a lot.
The resemblance is there. Because if I were you in the Lilac Festival, I'd be like, yeah, I am that guy. I'll just sign that autograph.
For real. It's crazy. I get it. I've easily had 20 plus people say this to me. Easily. Like people I don't know. Those just like look at me and they'll be like, All American Jordan Baker? Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Because I've seen on kind of Twitter, everyone that kind of plays football that watches the show hates it because they're not really.
I've heard that. My teammates have told me that. They've said that it makes it look like not as difficult or grueling.
Yeah.
Or like the actors just aren't athletes. Like I'm not sure how like they are. But I heard they look kind of goofy trying to do stuff.
They do. Yeah, they do.
100%.
Yeah, that's probably why. So it might just frustrate me, honestly. I might just not.
It probably would, to be honest. And it's not that. It's not like, oh, it's a great show. Like even I would say it's okay. It's not like, oh my god, this is awesome. Because there is like stupid drama throughout the show.
Drama
like,
every episode, and the acting's pretty bad.
Yeah, acting's kind of bad.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, honestly. So.
The only reason I kind of watched it because of Tay Diggs. I really like Tay Diggs, so I just watched the coach, and I was like, oh, he's a cool guy, so I just watched it. But that's pretty much it.
But shows that have like 30, 40-year-olds play high schoolers, they never work.
Oh, that's insane.
They don't.
Yeah.
I don't know why shows think that's okay. It's like even movies too. Like they'll get these actors, and it's like they're supposed to be in 10th grade, and it's like there's just no way.
It's like a freshman 6'6", like 8.
I'm
like,
right?
Bro.
I'm like, have you been to high school? That's not what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, I get like high school actors probably aren't the best actors, but like, at least it'd be realistic. Like,
right.
I don't know.
What about like movies? Who's your favorite actor? Like, if you watch a lot of movies, who do you like? Oh, this guy's out. I gotta watch this movie now.
Your actor, man. Probably Michael B. Jordan, honestly.
Okay.
Will Smith back in the day, but like, probably Michael B. Jordan. Black Panther is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Black Panther was a very good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it several times. So probably Michael B. Jordan. I've gotten like when I was in high school, I didn't really watch movies too much, but I've gotten like a lot more into it. So
yeah,
I caught up on all them. That's another thing over quarantine. I caught up on all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
All of them up to I watched all the way up through Phase 2. So I think the next one I have is like Civil War, Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay.
But
Do you have a favorite superhero?
A favorite superhero?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Batman for sure. Yeah.
Batman, right? Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
I like Batman too. Yeah.
I'm a big Like I wish if I could show you all my room right now, there's Batman stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think still to this day, everyone says, "Oh, Marvel movies are great," and they are. But to this day, my favorite superhero movie is Batman: Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
That movie was
Great
amazing.
Easily.
Wasn't it? Who was it? It was Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. That
Christian
combination was just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, easily. Christian Bale is honestly the best Batman too. Like,
yeah.
I've seen, like when I say I'm a Batman nerd, man, like I've seen all the Batman movies several.
Yeah.
It's like all the actors. Christian Bale is personally my favorite.
Do you think Ben Affleck kind of ruined it?
I don't know that he ruined it, honestly, but he's just like, I don't know. I don't love his suit. Like his suit's kind of okay to me, but I'll be interested to see the new one coming out. What's his name? Pattinson.
Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'd do a good job.
I hope he does. I don't see how he can. Like in my head, I'm like, I just can't see him being intimidating. Like how can I do so? But I mean, hopefully he is. I don't know.
Because personally, like Denzel Washington's always been my favorite actor to ever. Like his old movies are just great. But now he's kind of so old that sometimes, like I saw The Equalizer 2. I was like, Denzel should not be doing this. He's like 60 years old. He shouldn't be doing this. What about you, man? Who's your favorite actor when you watch movies?
I'm a huge comedy guy, so Bill Hader, Andy
Okay.
Samberg, Seth Rogen, James Franco, Dave Franco, like all those guys, they have a special place in my heart.
I
But
feel like when Seth Rogen releases a movie, it's like everyone kind of has to watch it because it's gonna be
right,
some outrageous something he's gonna
and
do.
it's either gonna be really funny or it's gonna be complete garbage, like Sausage Party.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was
Sausage Party was kind of funny though, to be
I
honest.
didn't laugh once. I was I was just sitting there like, what am I watching?
What about you, Eric? Did you watch Sausage Party or?
I saw it, but I was like, once I saw how ridiculous it was,
It was stupid,
I
yeah.
might have chuckled maybe once or twice, but I kind of didn't really. I don't know. I chuckled once or twice, but after a while, I was like, all right, this is. I don't know that I can't get immersed into this. Like I can't
Yeah.
lock in and watch this. So it was kind of ridiculous to me.
Do you have a favorite sports movie? Like Remember the Titans is easily not even like a good sports movie. This is a good movie, period.
Yeah, yeah. Favorite sports movie, honestly, probably Coach Carter.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
one.
that's
That's
a
a
good
really
one
Coach
good
too.
one.
Carter.
Sam
Yeah,
Jackson, dude,
Samuel
great.
Jackson. Yeah, that movie. I don't know. I feel like it's so deep and like you feel it. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
you feel everything it's trying to tell you. So
That was
I'll
bigger
say
than
that for
sports with
sure.
that movie. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Moneyball is not a bad movie either, but
Moneyball's good.
that's more about like kind of showing realism and like how baseball is. But like
Yeah.
Coach Carter's like it hits you like it's
Yeah.
deep. It's
100%.
got everything. So
And I
yeah,
feel for like athletes, they could kind of like relate to that movie because it actually showed the toughness of it's not easy being an athlete. Like you
yeah,
got to
no,
go through a lot of stuff to be
yeah,
one. So that was
Yeah.
exactly.
pretty cool to watch too.
Yeah, yeah.
And kind of when we talk about movies and shows, what about like video games? I know you mentioned 2K. Is 2K like that's all I'm playing, or is it just like kind of there?
Yeah, so like 2K, I play every sports game, so 2K Madden,
Oh
I play
yeah, yeah.
FC. But I play Call of Duty a lot too.
Yeah.
This current one, honestly, I don't like very much. But
Mhm.
I mean Warzone's cool, but I don't really like the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then like I'm playing The Last of Us 2 right now. I don't know if you guys played the first Last of Us, but it's
Played
like
like I didn't play the whole thing. I played like part of it, but it was
yeah,
really good though.
yeah, it's really good. So I'm playing that right now. But video PS4, like that's kind of the thing I do in my free time. Like when I try to get schoolwork done
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I get time, that's what I do. But 2K is the one game I've been sticking with since
Mhm.
since like sixth grade or something.
Oh, man.
2K's always been my
Yeah,
game too, but like this 2K, it was kind of trash. But you just play because you're like it's
I'm going to play
basketball.
every year regardless. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, but I don't really play my career as much because I feel like they did a thing. Like, do you play my career either of you? No.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I feel
used
like
to.
a year or two ago they kind of made it so like they tried to make you to buy like real money
Yeah,
Hmm.
to get
yeah,
and stuff. And ever since they did that, I was like, all right, they're just being kind of shady. Like they're trying to get money for the game, microtransactions. So
yeah.
but I play like a lot of my league, online games and stuff like that. I don't care who the team is. I'll play random teams and just go to work. Just go to work.
Have you seen the PS5 at all? Is that something you're gonna like cop day one or
Day one, yes. Day
really
Yeah,
day one?
I'm in the same boat. I'm like, dude, you gotta get
Day
it.
one. Did they release a price, like an official price for it?
I think they released. It was like I want to say $500. I don't know if that's right.
600. Honestly, I'm just gonna get it day one. It's like
Yeah,
because if we have, let's say we don't have a season, I'm gonna have time. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Because
that's where
my when it's releasing, I think for me, RIT fall semesters will just be ending. So I'm like, dude,
okay.
perfect timing. Like I could
Yeah,
just play PS5 all day or something.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Is RT doing the thing where you guys are like are you guys doing the thing where you guys are coming a little early and then not coming back after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
they sent out the email. Yeah, yeah. Because
And
they were supposed to start like I want to say August 24th, but they moved
yeah,
it back to like August 18th, and they said after Thanksgiving break you don't have to come back to school. Like you're done. Like you don't come back to
yeah,
school, and we can just
yeah,
make the final exams online. I was like, all right, that works.
yeah.
Not too
A
bad.
lot of schools have been doing that. I mean, it's a good strategy, I think.
But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna go like I don't know. Like it's up in the air if they're gonna make the semester go so smoothly. I don't know because Harvard just said they're not, and other colleges are like, oh, we're back. So it's like I don't know what's gonna
RT,
happen.
what's like your typical like how many people are like if you have a class, how many people are usually in it? Is it
I
pretty small?
I want to say it depends if it's like a lecture hall class or not. But if it's just like a regular classroom, there is about like 25 to 30 people in one class.
Are
But if
most of
it's
your
a
classes like that?
what's that?
Are most of them like smaller classrooms?
I can only speak on the business department because I am a management information systems major,
Yeah,
but like
right.
our whole business building has like 2 lecture halls, and those lecture halls aren't that big. Like they're not like, oh my God, this is huge, but 25 to 30 in the small classrooms. And then if you want to go into the quote unquote lecture hall, upwards of 40 people, not that many. So it could be tough. They did send out the email, like they'll try to make the classrooms, like the class size smaller, like everyone, like if it's 30 people, bring it down to like 20 or something. I don't know how well that's going to work because that's a scheduling nightmare. I would not want to
Yeah,
be part of that.
yeah. Like that's the thing with UB, man. Like some of these classes, like some of these 300, you got
300 plus,
like
yeah.
300, 350 people. Like they're gonna break that up, but it's like, I don't know what they plan on like doing with that. I don't
It's
know.
insane.
It's gonna be tough.
UB has 300 people in one
We have some
class.
big
Oh my
classes, yeah.
God.
Yeah, but
UB's like
several.
its own town, honestly.
That's
Yes,
insane.
there's at least
Granted, RIT probably does that too. I just don't know because business department doesn't do that there. But I
yeah.
don't know.
Every semester I have at least a class or two where there's like 300 or like up
Jesus.
towards like 390. It's tough because then the professor, you really just don't know the professor. And
No,
it's
that's
like,
the
Yeah.
toughest part.
yeah, a lot of times they don't really care too much either. Like I talked to a professor one time and he said like these professors are here for their research first, and
Yeah.
like they're here for teaching second. So like a lot of them, they'll help you, but you're not their priority. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that was tough to hear.
Because going to RIT, like the first year when I transferred to RIT, I kind of got the same vibe. I thought that the professors would not care because I was like, it's RIT, no one's gonna care. And I got there, and my whole mindset changed because they actually did. Like most of my professors did care because the classroom size, granted, were smaller than UB's.
Hmm.
So when we got there, like the professors cared. Not all of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but
Right.
they really wanted you to do well. And one of my professors, I still to this day, is my favorite professor, and I try to take every class with him. He throws out the syllabus. Like he does not care. He's like, we're gonna do
Right.
real life projects, and
Yeah.
that was like that's awesome because this is what's gonna
Yeah.
help us in the real life.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say in terms of like the best professors I've had, it's the people who like actually care about helping the students. Like
Yeah,
I've had people who are like actually like, okay, we're gonna teach you this because this is what's gonna happen. Like they're not
yeah,
by the book, textbooks. They're like actually do real life stuff. That's
hmm
why like communication classes. Like I have a minor in communication that
yeah,
I'm almost done with. Like I love those classes because they're like this is how it's gonna go. Like no matter what your industry is,
hmm
and this is how you can actually help someone in the real world. Like
yeah.
public speaking classes are usually pretty good. I don't know if you guys have taken those, but
Yeah,
those
yeah, I
are,
have. And I don't know if everyone agrees, but I feel like public speaking classes should be mandatory. I know everyone disagrees, but I feel like everyone should kind of know.
no,
Like
I don't
you're
disagree.
gonna you're
No.
gonna talk to people regardless, whatever profession
Yeah,
you're in.
exactly. Like
So
that's why communication, like you're gonna do that no matter what. Public speaking is the
yeah,
same way. Like you're likely gonna have to like whether you go to grad school or if you have a
yeah,
job. I mean, unless you're doing something that's kind of more hands on, you're probably gonna have something you're presenting at some point where you're gonna have to
yeah.
speak to people. Or if you want to be a manager one day, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to large groups of
exactly, yeah.
people.
So,
That's why I'm
And I know,
grateful. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
because I know like when I public speak, I don't want to yank my change, but I do pretty well with public speaking. But everyone says, "How do you do it?" I'm like, I'm scared as just as much as everybody here. Like getting up in front of a lot of people is kind of tough at times. You just got to go up, and once you just start talking, it gets easier. People say it
yeah.
gets hard. For me, it just gets easier as you start like, okay, I know what I'm gonna talk about. I just got to get like the first sentence out and just get going. And
yeah.
after that, I'm comfortable. Like everyone just listening, and I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, you get nice and composed, and get your charisma going.
Yeah.
I could see you, Fahad. You're probably very smooth public speaker. Get the charisma going, the people listening. I can see it for sure.
It's fun for me. Like I thrive with public speaking. It's not like I'm every time when I'm not lying. Every time when I public speak, I'm scared before going up. Like I'm not afraid of admitting that either. Like it's tough. Like oh, everyone's gonna listen. Like the thoughts in my mind keep rolling. Like oh shoot, everyone's gonna hear me talk. But as soon
Yeah.
as you get up there, like it's fine.
Mhm.
I think that's why I'm grateful. Like we're in the business program. Because like
Yeah.
in high school, I was the biggest wimp when it came to presentations. I was like, I'm going last. I'm not going. And now like because of you being in my classes, I present at least once a week. Honestly, there's so many
Yeah.
presentations every week. And now just the more you do it, you just get used to it. You get comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always the first person up. Like whenever
Yep.
professor says, "Oh, who wants to volunteer? Go first," I'm always like, "Dude, let me just go first." Like
Right.
I just want to get this out of the way, and like that's what I do.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Amit, what is your concentration at UB?
I just switched to marketing.
Oh, you switched to marketing?
Before I was doing finance, and
You know, like it.
Was it for me? Nah.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard a lot of people do that. They switch from finance to something else.
Because the crunching numbers, like I was fine at it. Don't get me wrong, but doing that for 40 years, like that's my life. I couldn't. I enjoy the freedom of marketing.
Yeah, I feel that. It's a lot more like kind of people based, like not as
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know by the book, and
hmm
this is what you do. So yeah, I feel that for sure.
So before we let you go, Eric, I just wanted to one final question to just kind of see. So if you had to assess yourself, would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert?
Man, I would say introvert. I
Introvert?
like I can I like being alone a lot of times. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like being with people for sure, but like if you put me alone in a room with like a book, a PS4, and a TV, I could be alone for hours. Like I feel like I work well alone too. Like I know you guys kind of hit on this like with Keegan last week, but like when I have like a lot of homework, it's like all right, I got stats homework, I got communication, I got all this. I like to kind of go off to somewhere else, like not my apartment where there's distractions. And
Yeah.
I kind of just like to put my hood down, put my earphones in, and just go to work on all my homework. I'll
Yeah.
check my phone maybe once every 30 minutes. And other than that, I just kind of like immerse and be alone. So I would say introvert definitely because I've always been kind of quiet. Like I kind of try to get out of my shell more as I grow older, but I'm not too keen on like I don't know being loud and extroverted.
Yeah.
hmm
I would say introverted. What about you? What about you guys?
I'll let you go first.
I'm more extroverted, even if I don't seem so. Because like, if I'm alone, I get tired for some reason. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but like, just being alone, I'm in my head. I get exhausted. I feel like being able to go out, be with friends, like it boosts my energy.
Yeah.
How about you, Fahad?
Uh, I think a little bit of both, because you're right, Eric. Like, if you put me in a room alone with like my PlayStation or anything to do, I could stay there for a long time. Like, I won't get bored.
Yeah,
But at some point, I'm always like, I need to be outside as well, because I do love talking to people, but to an extent, like that. People need to understand to an extent. Like, I love talking to people, but at some point, my energy kind of runs out. Like, oh, I
Your
can't do
social
this.
battery, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta like go to my house and regroup, and then maybe I could come back out. Maybe.
yeah, yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. All right, Eric. This was awesome, man. We really appreciate you sparing some time and coming on and talk with us. So we really
Yeah, for sure. I
appreciate it.
appreciate you guys having me. It was an honor for sure, man.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Take care now.
Yeah, this
Thank
was
you.
fun. I'll see you guys.